Believe me, this is true. Looking back 1335 billion years to the source of light, shortly after the Big Bang, NASA's recent discovery, photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope, has caused ripples of controversy within religious circles and beyond. These revolutionary images sent back to Earth unveil a perspective of the universe unlike anything witnessed since humanity's monumental moon landing. Behind this intriguing revelation lies a dedicated team composed of NASA's brightest and best, working continuously to advance the realm of science. Their advanced telescopes, moving through space and solving mysteries of the universe, have now revealed a shocking secret about the fate of the universe. Get ready to be intrigued, surprised, and more importantly, intensely absorbed as you follow the various twists and turns that represent the universe. This goes beyond just unveiling a picture. It is a revelation that goes against our prior knowledge and pushes humanity forward to embrace a new reality of life in the cosmos. What secrets of the universe have these iconic images unveiled? What implications do they hold for a cosmic destiny? Are we ready for the universal realities that will follow this discovery? Join us as we look into NASA's horrifying new discovery that shocks religious people. On December 26, 1994, some shocking images allegedly from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope began to circulate in the news. Upon closer investigation of the images, NASA scientists in the United States were taken aback to see what appeared to be a massive white city floating in space. The NASA team was in disbelief and unsure how to respond when these Hubble images suddenly became publicly available on the internet. Typically, such images are only accessible to experts in specialized space science facilities, but now they were rapidly spreading online. To manage the situation, the U.S. government attempted to keep these images hidden from the public to prevent widespread panic or excitement. However, their efforts were too late. A photographer at Ellington Airfield had already captured pictures of the images and was showing them to everyone who cared to see. These images showed an incredible space view with towers, pillars, caves, and other structures resembling human-made buildings. One of the images also contained a blurred section which caught the attention of Ken Wilson, a professor at the University of Florida. Using a magnifying glass, Wilson closely examined the blurry area and noticed it had an unusual shape. This prompted the question of whether the pictures were real or merely a production of a transmission error from Hubble. However, after much analysis, it became evident that there was no error in the image transmission from Hubble to Earth. NASA experts further confirmed that the peculiar appearance was not due to any malfunction of the telescope's lenses. Following a quick meeting, NASA decided to retake the picture of the space region where the strange city-like structure was seen. They configured the Hubble telescope with optimal settings and focused it precisely on the area of interest. The telescope quickly captured new images, which were immediately displayed on a large screen in the lab. All the scientists present stopped what they were doing and turned their attention to the screen. The previously blurry and hard-to-see section was now clear. What they saw filled them with a mix of surprise and unease. The image depicted something self-illuminating, resembling a city, but not like any city on Earth. Instead, it looked like a futuristic city from science fiction, with towering glowing buildings and an abundance of lights that simulated visions of another world. This immense city seemed to stretch endlessly into space, covering an area beyond human imagination. People began calling this place the City of God, with some speculating that it might be what heaven looks like. One NASA scientist even suggested it could be where spirits go after death, though such ideas sounded more like myths than real science. As the scientists continued to examine the Hubble images, they noticed more astonishing details. The city in space wasn't stationary. It was moving in a way that aligned with the movements of surrounding galaxies. This motion appeared to follow the same principles that underpin the Big Bang theory, which describes the origin and expansion of the universe. Despite its seemingly impossible nature, the city appeared to be part of the universe, obeying the same natural laws as everything else in the cosmos. The story became even more intriguing when scientists discovered something unique about the city's movement. Imagine watching a 3D map of the distant universe on a massive screen. It seemed as though it wasn't the universe moving away from us, but rather the Earth moving away from the city. This gave the impression that the city was at the center of everything. Scientists even created a computer model to demonstrate how other galaxies appeared to be moving away from the city. The deeper they looked, the more secrets and wonders the city revealed. Like a giant cosmic puzzle, each new piece they uncovered offered fresh insights into how the universe works. This prompted everyone to think bigger and wonder what else might be out there far beyond what we can see from our small corner of the cosmos. But there's a twist in the story. Some people believe NASA tried to keep this astonishing image a secret. Why would they do that? This question has sparked much curiosity. Many speculate that NASA was concerned that revealing the picture might cause global fear or confusion. It seems hard to understand. It's as if there's something significant we're not being told. These incredible images, capable of altering our perception of everything, were hidden from almost everyone. Now we delve deeper into this space mystery, where things are not always as they seem, challenging our understanding of the stars and the celestial bodies beyond our sky. A careful look at the picture reveals numerous small, detailed parts that make you question whether you're seeing just natural phenomena or something more. You can see shapes resembling tall buildings, large round structures, and even something similar to a castle tower. It almost seems like the photo is showing us a city in outer space arranged in a strange and unusual way. This raises the question of whether this place formed naturally or if something else is at play. Shockingly, in these structures, there were beings that looked just like angels. Yes, you read that right, angels. Initially, the scientists thought they had discovered a new group of stars because the colors in the image were so vivid and intense. But it soon became clear that what they were seeing resembled living beings. According to NASA, these angel-like figures were a striking shade of orange. Reports suggested that a group of these angels was seen flying together. They were captured on camera near the NGC 3532 star cluster, which has existed for 3 billion years. Initially, experts thought the unusual signals they were receiving were due to expected glitches with the $1.5 billion Hubble Space Telescope. However, upon closer examination, what they saw was astonishing. These angel-like creatures were each about 50 feet tall, with enormous wings and surrounded by a sort of foggy halo. A person involved in space exploration mentioned that these beings had wings as wide as an airplane, with calm, round faces and expressions of pure joy. They seemed delighted to have their picture taken by the Hubble telescope, sharing smiles as if they were in on a cosmic joke. Interestingly, this isn't the first time someone has reported seeing angels in space. A Russian scientist who moved to the United States in 1985 shared stories of Soviet astronauts encountering a similar group of joyful, glowing angels during a Soyuz spacecraft mission. He believes there could be millions more angels out there in space. The team operating the Hubble telescope plans to continue their work. Now, it seems that the governments of both the United States and the former Soviet Union might be preparing to share groundbreaking news that could prove the existence of angels watching over us from above. Adding to the mystery, this fascinating image was shared with the public just one day after Christmas in 1994. The timing for many is intriguing because why release this image right after Christmas, a time of goodwill and reflection? Christmas is a season filled with warmth, caring, and deep contemplation. People celebrate joyfully, spend time with family and friends, and think about profound ideas like love, hope, and kindness. It's a time when people are more open to believing in miraculous things that transcend our everyday reality. Releasing the image right after Christmas seemed perfectly timed to capture the public's imagination. During this period, people are still immersed in thoughts of wonder and mystery, making them more receptive to extraordinary stories from the stars. This perfect timing helped the story about this image spread rapidly, capturing everyone's attention. Whether the beings in this image are real or imagined remains uncertain. However, there's one thing we know. For years, there have been persistent rumors about NASA discovering something that could confirm long-held religious beliefs. Since scientists began exploring space, there have been tales of finding signs of something greater, something divine. Take, for example, a story from 2016 about a picture circulating on the internet that people claimed showed the gates of heaven in the middle of a star cloud. The accompanying story suggests that scientists were baffled by what they saw. However, this story was entirely false. The picture wasn't a real photo from space. It was artwork by Adam Ferris, an artist who uses a technique called pixel sorting to transform real space photos from the Hubble Space Telescope. For this piece, he started with an image of the Swan Nebula and rearranged the pixels, resulting in an image some people called the Gates of Heaven. Although it's good to know that Ferris never claimed his artwork was a real space photo, others later took his art and added the heaven story, making it seem like something it wasn't. In the quest for evidence of the divine in the cosmos, another rumor about a cosmic city awaiting humankind began to circulate. The story involved an image purportedly showing heaven, first shared by the publication Weekly World News under the headline, "Heaven Photographed by Hubble Telescope." This piece was originally published many years ago and resurfaced on the internet in 2009. You might recognize Weekly World News as the tabloid at the grocery store checkout, famous for outlandish stories about bat-human hybrids or speculations that we all descended from space aliens. Despite its reputation for fantastical tales, this story about heaven caught many people's attention. The basis for this tale is shaky. It begins with real events, such as the Hubble Space Telescope being repaired, which was significant because it corrected an issue with the telescope's mirror, allowing it to take super clear pictures of space for the first time. The story then takes a giant leap, claiming that after the repair, astronomers used Hubble to look to the edge of space and supposedly saw a glowing city floating among the stars. The picture accompanying the story was equally dubious. Colored in black and white, it showed what appeared to be a distant city, or perhaps a large house on a hill under a star-filled night sky. The image attempted to enhance its heavenly allure with rays of light shooting out in various directions from the city. However, many pointed out that these light rays actually undermined the image's credibility. Critics noted that the light beams were a clear sign that the image was not authentic, especially when compared to genuine photos from space telescopes like Hubble or the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST. In real space images, bright objects like stars often exhibit light lines known as diffraction spikes, a result of the telescope's construction. These spikes occur because of the interaction between the light in the telescope's mirror and structural supports. Each telescope's unique design results in different patterns of these spikes. For instance, diffraction spikes from Hubble might not look the same as those from the JWST due to their differing constructions and light-gathering methods. When experts investigated the supposed picture of heaven, they immediately noticed inconsistencies in the arrangement of these light spikes. In real telescope images, light hitting the large mirror can become slightly warped due to the mirror shape and the metal supports holding it in place. While this warping doesn't significantly affect images of large diffuse objects, it becomes apparent when observing bright points like stars. These warps manifest as sharp lines extending from the star, known as diffraction spikes. These spikes are simply artifacts of the telescope's design and do not provide any information about the stars themselves. As such, the unlikeliness of the light spikes in the heaven image led knowledgeable observers to dismiss it as a fabrication. This further highlights the importance of understanding the nuances of astronomical photography when evaluating such extraordinary claims. However, there's an interesting twist. By examining the pattern of these lines, you can identify which telescope captured the picture. This bit of science raises doubts about the story claiming the picture shows heaven. The image in question features nearly a dozen of these spiky lines. The truth is, this doesn't completely disprove the story about NASA discovering heaven or that the picture is of something divine. However, it does cast doubt on whether the image is genuinely from NASA or if it's something else entirely. Imagine if the picture from the news story really did originate from space. If that were true and we could prove it, almost all doubts about whether it depicts New Jerusalem or another heavenly city would vanish. Dr. Masson, who allegedly leaked the photo from NASA, claimed they captured the shot while aiming at a cluster of stars. It might take a photography expert to verify the photo's authenticity. However, a close inspection shows that the supposed city is surrounded by stars, suggesting it could be set in space. But here's where it gets tricky. The only ones who really know if this photo is from space are Dr. Masson, the folks at Weekly World News who reported it, and the NASA scientists allegedly involved. Since no one has managed to speak with any of these individuals, confirming if the photo is a genuine space shot is challenging. Regarding the timing, the Hubble Space Telescope indeed underwent repairs in 1993. Weekly World News reported that the fixes were completed by mid of that year, and the first pictures after the repair were sent back to Earth on December 26, 1993. This timeline fits with information from other sources, which state that the repairs wrapped up on December 9, 1993, and the official Hubble site indicates that NASA published these new pictures on January 13, 1994. Therefore, the pictures must have been sent to Earth sometime between December 9, 1993, when the repairs were finished, and January 13, 1994, when they were publicly displayed. The December 26th date mentioned by Weekly World News falls within this window, making it plausible. Weekly World News first discussed these so-called heavenly images on February 8, 1994, and revisited the story on September 10, 2009. There's nothing in these dates that directly conflicts with what we know from other sources. Thus, while the timing supports the possibility of the image being genuine, the presence of the diffraction spikes and the lack of verification from credible sources continue to cast doubt on the story's authenticity. While their story may seem far-fetched, the timeline they provide aligns reasonably well with the real-world sequence of events surrounding Hubble's repairs and the release of its photos. Now let's connect past space missions to today's space mysteries, illustrating how discoveries in space reshape our understanding here on Earth. On December 2, 1993, the Space Shuttle Endeavour embarked on a significant mission with 7 astronauts. Their objective was to repair the Hubble Space Telescope. Over 5 days of spacewalks, akin to strolling outside but in space, they executed various tasks. They replaced a component called the high-speed photometer with something called CoStar, upgraded the telescope's camera to the WFPC-2, swapped out solar panels, fixed fuse plugs, and replaced other components. By December 9th, their extensive repair work was complete. Then, on January 13, 1994, NASA unveiled the first batch of photos captured by the newly refurbished Hubble, and they were breathtaking. The images were remarkably clear and detailed, as if Hubble had been equipped with a new pair of glasses, enabling it to observe the universe with unprecedented clarity. This marked the moment when Hubble truly began to fulfill the lofty expectations people had for it. Now, let's shift our focus to something equally fascinating that Hubble observed. Imagine gazing into the vast depths of space and encountering not just ordinary stars, but peculiar ladder-like patterns swirling around a dimming star. This phenomenon, discovered by Hubble, evokes thoughts of the legendary City of God in space. Even though we haven't uncovered the mythical stairway to heaven, the sight of these ladder shapes around the star raises numerous questions and feels like unraveling a cosmic enigma. In addition to this, there's the Red Rectangle Nebula, also known as HD 44179. This nebula earned its moniker because, when observed with conventional telescopes from Earth, it appears as a distinctive red rectangular shape. However, Hubble, with its unparalleled vision, has unveiled a wealth of previously unseen details about this nebula. Thanks to its advantageous position above Earth's distorting atmosphere, the red rectangle has emerged as a genuine puzzle, reminiscent of the intricate and mysterious descriptions we've heard about the so-called City of God. However, the journey of data from Hubble to Earth is an adventure in itself. After transmitting its discoveries to a dedicated satellite orbiting high above Earth, the data is relayed to White Sands, New Mexico, USA. From there, it travels great distances, crossing oceans until it reaches its final destination. The data is collected in a sprawling archive in Munich, Germany, storing the data for scientists worldwide to explore. What truly sets Hubble apart isn't merely its scientific achievements, but also the collaborative spirit that brings it to fruition. It signifies a harmonious partnership between NASA in the United States and the European Space Agency, ESA, in Europe. This collaboration extends beyond the sharing of tools and data. It embodies the synergy of individuals from diverse backgrounds working together, exchanging ideas, and contributing to our collective understanding of the cosmos. European scientists, in particular, leverage Hubble for their own research endeavors, enriching the vast understanding of space knowledge with their discoveries. The Hubble Space Telescope is more than just an object floating in space. It embodies the spirit of mankind's inquiry and cooperation. Thanks to its remarkable technology and the work done for it, our understanding of the universe has changed, and many observations once unobtainable have become possible. With Hubble as our cosmic guiding light, we unravel the mysteries of the universe a fragment at a time, as we perpetually push our boundaries and expand into the cosmos. Since its launch in 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope has served as a door opening to the wonders of the cosmos. However, its importance is not limited to obtaining visually appealing images of celestial bodies. In addition to being one of the largest and most powerful telescopes in the world, Hubble boasts a collection of instruments that enable it to observe a wide range of light from the visible to the non-visible spectrum. This makes it invaluable to astronomers, as it can give glimpses into the most distant corners of the universe. Thanks to Hubble, we have learned a lot about the formation and growth of galaxies, stars, and planets, which has helped expand our horizons with knowledge regarding the history of cosmic events. Despite being in space for over 20 years now, the Hubble Space Telescope's mission is very much alive. Hubble has imaged more than 1 million objects in space and has contributed over 21,000 papers to the body of astronomical knowledge, extending the story of human understanding of the universe. Nevertheless, the journey of the Hubble Space Telescope is far from over. With each observation, it provides another piece to the cosmic jigsaw, giving answers to some questions while posing new questions for the continuing search for the meaning of the universe.